I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer. Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. A former Palm Coast soccer coach is sentenced to 20 years in prison after entering a plea to molesting 3 children at the former Professional Sports Pathways Soccer Academy. John Arking reports.
36-year-old Sean Stern was originally charged in October of 2016 with 2 counts of molestation after being fired by the now-closed academy following complaints of suspicious activity. 3 additional molestation charges were later added. In addition to the 20 years in prison, Circuit Judge Dennis Craig sentenced Stern to 15 years sex offender probation, which, if he violates, could send him to prison for up to 75 years. Meanwhile, Stern also faces a child rape charge in Bell County, Texas, where he was once a camp coach at the Belton Christian Youth Center in the early 2000s. If convicted in the Texas case, his Florida sentence wouldn't much matter, as he would face the rest of his life behind bars there. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
This portion of WNZF Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Fly to the Big Apple in a New York minute on JetBlue from the Daytona Beach International Airport.
A water war is waging once again between Palm Coast and Flagler County. Their battle centers around a nearly 60-acre piece of property along State Road 100, right next to Flagler County Executive Airport, in an unincorporated part of Flagler County. But it falls within the city's water service area. If it wants city water, Palm Coast insists that the parcel annex into the city, slapping the developer with a fee of $180,000. Palm Coast attorney Bill Reichman.
The one thing that arguably has allowed this to happen, so that we are having this uncomfortable decision. This particular parcel can avoid receiving utilities in the city of Palm Coast because of its location in relation to pipes that are within the airport, not legally, physically.
The county has considered extending its water line from the airport to the development where the area's first Wawa will be. But since it gets its water from the city, that would be a violation of a 2007 agreement. Palm Coast Mayor Melissa Holland threatened litigation.
We are not going to overlook an agreement that was recognized by and recorded in the public record in 2007. And if there's a way for us to still move forward collaboratively, we'd like to do that. But if not, then we are left with no other option but to move forward in the process recognized by our attorney.
She added enforcing the agreement is about protecting Palm Coast.
I also will not have our residents be responsible for try to skirt the system of an agreement that was in place for a reason. And the reason is this impacts our community.
A program in Palm Coast is harnessing the sun's power and keeping things cool at the same time. Rich Petchke has the story.
The city is the first in Flagler County to participate in Florida Power and Light's Solar Now program, which places solar panels on structures, including canopies, over parking spaces, along with building so-called solar trees to convert the sun's rays into electricity. So far, 3 of those trees are at Central Park in Town Center, and a canopy is keeping cars cooler at the Palm Coast Community Center and at Holland Park. Altogether, there's enough solar generating power from those 2 canopies and 3 trees to provide electricity to 12 homes. FPL says the Solar Now program is also an educational experience because solar panels are usually kept out of sight. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Rich Petchke.
A Flagler County woman couldn't make up her mind when it came to pressing charges in the case of a car and some cash stolen from her home. The River Place resident says she called deputies to report her vehicle and $3,500 taken from her home. She claimed her friend's son stole it after she and the friend got into a fight. Deputies were mobilizing to find the vehicle, then the woman changed her mind and wanted to drop the whole thing. Within seconds, she changed her mind again after using a vehicle finder app to spot her car in DeLand. The next day, she changed her mind yet again and said she had the car and the cash back. She claims her son had given permission to the friend to take it. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.